Hi, and welcome to Coffee with My Sunshine, and welcome to my Using Trash to Create Treasure Challenge. Today's co-host is Jessica from Measure and Mix, so be sure when you're done with my video to check her out. Also, there will be a playlist listed in my description box, and basically what this challenge is taking trash or recyclable items and turning them into a piece of home decor, something useful. Just give it a second life to keep it out of the landfill. So for my projects today, I am starting with this chair that we've had for years. It was my husband's, but it doesn't lock anymore, and we wanted to get rid of it because my son was actually sitting in it not too long ago and flipped over backwards, so it's just not safe to use anymore. So I decided I could probably use the canvas from the backing of the chair because, you know, it's meant for being outside and getting dirty. It's really faded, as you can tell. So I just went ahead and took the chair apart. And then I just cut off the top. I'm not going to be using the whole thing. I mean, I might find uses for it other than what I'm making today, but it's a pretty big piece of fabric. So I thought what I could do with it is make a cute little like beach bag or something. So I'm just kind of playing around with how it sits and how the grommet holes line up. And I wanted to use this rope. I thought it would be more beachy than like twine or something. And I am just taking the rope and I'm going to weave it through those little grommets. And I needed tape because that rope gets kind of fluffy at the end. And I just weaved it through and then put a few knots at the top and a knot at the bottom on the inside. And if you wanted, you could go ahead and you know, run a stitch along the edges if you're going to be putting small things in the bag. But I thought it would be perfect for beach towels and sunscreen. And then I went ahead and did the same thing on the other side. And I wasn't sure what to do with the top piece of fabric, so I just went ahead and cut it, and then after I cut it, I realized it made a second pocket, which bonus. And then I have this old belt that was my daughter's. She was getting rid of it, and I thought it would make a perfect handle. It just looks beachy to me, and I love the color combination. So I'm just cutting part of the belt and then sticking it into the bag, and then I had to untie it, but weaving that rope through the belt as well. And again, you can run a little stitch across just to make it more secure. And I think it's so cute. I just love that this was made out of a chair. Let me know what you guys think of this one. And I also wanted to show you these t-shirts that I got from the company Thread Tank. I got to pick 4 of them. I thought this one was perfect for the time. It says shelter at home for my family, my friends, and my community. I also picked this one that says organized mess. This sweatshirt one has a cute little cut scoop neck. And this one's my favorite, Be a Kind Human. I just think it's so cute. I will have a coupon code listed in my description box if you guys are interested in checking those out. So for my next project, I am using just a log that we've had for quite a while. Actually, I think it was my in-laws, but we have tons of logs from cutting down trees, so I thought I would put one to use. And I loved the color of part of it, so I wanted to kind of match the rest of it to it. So I thought I would take some outdoor paint and do like a whitewash. I combined white and gray to give it like a driftwood look. And then I took a white rag or a wet rag and just wiped over it to make it so it wasn't so solid of a color. And there's my puppy. But I just liked how this one turned out. It was super simple, and I think it is perfect for next to a chair. I can have my mint on there, or if somebody's sitting there, they can set a drink on it. I think my husband's going to level it off so that it sits better. But I thought that was perfect. And this one I was super excited about because I've had this shelf in our basement. Actually, it was here before we moved here. The previous owners left it. It is a giant peg shelf. And it's just been sitting down there. It has cobwebs and dirt and nastiness on it. So I wanted to clean it up, cut it, and use it in our laundry room. So that's what I did. I just cut it with a handsaw, which was pretty simple, and then sanded and did more sanding. It took forever, but I love how it turned out. I wanted it to be more of a natural wood. I didn't use any stain or anything on it. I'm going to use probably the other half in our bathroom upstairs. That's going to be a video on my other channel. Next month, I'm going to be redoing our bathroom. So if you're interested in seeing that, check out my other channel and subscribe. And also, if you're new here to this channel, I would love to have you stick around, become part of my YouTube family. Don't forget to click the bell so that you're notified of any videos that I put out there. Also, I wanted to announce the winner to my 40,000 subscriber giveaway. Thank you guys all so much for your support through my YouTube journey. I really appreciate all of you, and I love talking to you in the comments. So I went ahead and picked a winner, and that is Mama Bear Lisa. So if you are listening, you have 48 hours to get a hold of me. Just email me your address, and I will forward that on to Arteza so that you can get your paint set and canvases. So thank you all so much for entering. I love being able to give back to you guys because you guys always give to me by supporting me and leaving such sweet comments. I just love you guys. For my last project, I am doing kind of a spin-off on the mason jar fishnet thing that I did, I think it was last year, but I'm using this yogurt container, and these are so cute. You can use them for so many things, but you're going to take 10 pieces of twine, and I believe I did 24 inches. And then you're going to take another piece of twine, wrap it around the top part of the yogurt container, and leave about 2 inches, longer on each side because that's where you're going to tie it. So then you're going to start by taking one of the strands, fold it in half, and loop it through and make a knot so that it knots onto the piece of twine that you're going to be wrapping around the yogurt container. And then you just continue on, and I ended up only using 8 pieces of the twine because I thought it fit perfectly. I didn't want them jam-packed on there so that, you know, it just looked messy. So then after you have all the twine on there, you're going to tie that top piece around the yogurt container and cut off any extra pieces. So you want to start by taking 2 pieces of twine, and you don't want to use the 2 that are tied together. You want to use one from one section and one from the other. And then just tie them so that it looks like a little triangle. It's just a simple knot, and you want to make sure they're all kind of tied at the same level. And then you're just going to go around until you've tied all of the twine, and then you're going to move on to the next level and do the same thing. And then once you get down to the bottom, this is different than the mason jar that I had showed you. We're just going to leave those extra long pieces, just kind of to make it look like a macrame, I guess, style. And you're going to take a piece of twine and tie it around so that it kind of just looks like a little bushel of twine, I guess. And then you're going to take 4 more pieces, or you could use 2. I just wanted it to hang kind of like more even. I tried it with 2 and it didn't work as well. And then you're just going to loop those pieces of twine because this is where you're going to hang it from. And I took some Dollar Tree sand, some of the white sand, and I'm going to kind of dye it like an ocean color. So I'm using blue and green and mixing it until I'm happy with the color. And you can stick a candle in there. I think it's so pretty, so beachy and coastal. Or you could go ahead and stick with the white sand and then put a succulent in there, which I think is just as pretty. I love it. And that's it. That's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed these Trash to Treasures. Don't forget to check out Jessica's channel and her video after you're done watching mine, and check out the playlist so that you can get tons of using trash to create treasure inspiration. I love being able to use garbage and recyclable items and turn them into something useful or pretty. Thanks so much, guys, for all your love and support, and I'll see you next time. Bye!